Hello, my name is Brucey, and this is the Falken Wildpeak. And this is the Falken Wildpeak. Let's talk about that.
So I think I'm going to come right out of the gate swinging here and just say that I don't think they're very good in the snow. The Three Peak Mountain Snowflake, I've tested those tires before with the Falken Wildpeak AT3s, and I wasn't impressed then. I'll link the video here. But I'm still not impressed with this tire in the snow, and I think it's downright dangerous in the ice. I'm going to let this next clip play just so you can hear what it's like to drive in the snow with these. So as you can see, what happened there is it just dug down past the fresh snow and went down to the mud. And in this clip from some old snow, it can't even move out of the tracks that it's in. Moving on to where the car spends most of the time, that's going to be cruising down the highway. This car, that's my 2017 Subaru Outback 3.6. I've got a lot of modifications on it. I'll probably get around to making a video about it eventually. But it is my road trip car, and we do drive it a lot of places. Florida, Michigan, Ohio, Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, just all kinds of places. And this is where the vehicle spends a lot of its time. And I do have to give the tire credit here. It does very well, both in the dry, in the cold, not below freezing obviously, and the heat, and in the wet. So I'd give it credit for where credit is due. I say that it deserves credit because the vehicle that I'm reviewing this on is got a total of 3 inches of lift, and I'm not running either sway bar. And you can see here, it's raining pretty bad, and I still managed to dodge a tire that comes out of nowhere, and the car happily handles it. It didn't even skid, no traction control came on or anything.
Communication.
But you didn't get a all-terrain tire to drive on the highway, did you? And you didn't get an all-terrain tire to drive in the snow, right? Well, hopefully not anyway. How's it do off-road? How's it do in the rocks? How's it do in the mud? Let's see. Unfortunately, I don't have any good clips showing it going through mud, but as far as my thoughts and experiences of going through mud with this tire, I'd say it's a good effort. It could do a lot better, but C+, C+, somewhere through there. In full transparency, I don't hate this tire. I actually ended up putting the same tires on our Baja here, and honestly, at the end of the day, it's not that bad and it's not that good. It's more like an aggressive all-season than I feel a true all-terrain tire. I'm going to get into some of the details, but that'd be my short review. I wanted to give it a short version before I got into some of the more technical aspects, because I still have a lot to say about this tire. So this set of footage you're seeing now is the old 2.5 Outback that I had. I had an identical one before I had the 3.6. The only modification on this vehicle at the time, other than the skid plates, is a set of snow tires, and those snow tires were extremely aggressive, and I thought they did well for snowy off-road trails. And I think experiencing tires like this and coming to the Falken Wildpeak AT Trail or even the AT3, I almost wonder if it's not a bad idea to just run snow tires as an all-terrain at times. And I also experienced on that same car, I had at some point BFG KO2 tires. The BF Goodwrench KO2 tire is not the right choice for a Subaru. I say that with some confidence because I had them. I think the KO2 is a great truck tire, and I think it deserves the credit that it gets, but for a Subaru that's light and underpowered typically and doesn't have great gearing, it can't make up for that on the street. It's just too much tire. I also had the Falken Wildpeak AT3 in the same size as the BFG KO2, and I think that is the tire to go with, at least for this car. Based on my experiences, I can't see hardly any advantage to go with the AT Trail. Pulling up the Falken Wildpeak AT Trail and the Falken Wildpeak AT3 and comparing them side by side, the Wildpeak Trail is a few dollars cheaper, so I will give it that advantage. But beyond that, I saw no difference in street driving. I saw no difference in noise. I saw no difference in miles per gallon. And the big kicker for me is the weight. Weight is a big factor for these tires. Like I said, the KO2s weighed 44 pounds each. Both the Wildpeak ATs weigh 37 pounds each. So you're getting something that has nearly the same traction rating and something that is rated to carry more weight, but the tire itself weighs the same, and that's before we get to the fact that the AT3 is a much more aggressive tread. Some extra thoughts here. I know also that some people worry about sidewall, and that's a good thing to worry about, honestly. Sidewall damage really is bad, but at least for my purposes, for Subaru, it's never been a problem. I know both the AT Trail and the AT3 have a 2-ply sidewall, while the BFGs, I think depending on the load, can be as high as 8 or 10-ply. But on a light vehicle, I don't think it's that big of an issue. So like I said, I've been really happy with the AT3s, and I've been kind of mediocre on the AT Trails. And I think if I didn't come from the AT3s, I would love them. But coming from the KO2s and the AT3s, it just didn't seem like it was enough tire. So hopefully my thoughts here have helped you today. No matter what you drive, no matter what tires you get, enjoy your day. And thanks for watching. See you next time.